they won against Leeds. The team looked much more progressive in terms of attacking poises, and you have a lot of talent. And if you have a lot of attacking talent, you gotta kill people in games.
Yeah.
And for me, with Leeds 4-0, that's what you expect. Let's talk about Madueke though.
Yeah.
I feel like having him there had a lot more difference than people would like to admit.
Yeah.
I know Saka is the boy. He's my guy too. But for some reason, there's a little bit of a blockage. I don't know if it's because Arteta has a specific way that he wants him to play, or it's just because coming back from that injury, he just never got to the Osaka. Because he gotta be creative, he gotta be free roaming. For me, at least, I think when you have left wingers and right wingers, you gotta allow them a free, or creativity wise, they have to have a leeway. You can't constrain them.
Yeah, you have to make sure that they, when they do have the ball and the opportunity is there, that they are being told from the top down to make use of that that space, that time, whatever it might be. You get a sense that Arteta really takes some of the things from the older system of Pep, and maybe tries to apply them in a certain time when the game's kind of evolved past it, where you can sense that he's holding on to the ball, trying to get some sort of run-up play from other people, but it doesn't necessarily lead to him being able to feed the ball in somewhere, or take the shot for himself. He's very quick to get down the wing, but then he does hold up the ball, and it reminds me a lot more of 18, 19-year-old Saka. That was our biggest criticism, was that he's good on the ball. He's got a good shot on him. Penalties, maybe not so much. But you had the idea of, like, once he stops, momentum and the play kind of dies.
Yes.
And you need somebody that's a little bit better of a quick finisher in the box than Gyökeres. Now, Gyökeres had a great finish, exactly what you want. The deep cross ball in, he puts a foot on it, but that's the first time that he's really been able to do that. And that's what a out-and-out number 9 needs to be doing more often than standing on the line going, okay, well, feed me, just give me the ball and I'll put my back to goal. And it's like, if Lukaku can't do that, Gyökeres, you can't do it either. So they remind me of each other in that way.
But that ball came from Madueke.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. So, but when you look at, I think, is it Madueke or Martinelli?
That was Zubimendi.
Zubimendi, okay.
Yeah.
I think he scored also in the Champions League with a ball that was threaded to him. That was done by, I think, Havertz. So the argument I'm trying to make here is when there's that cohesiveness in the attack where there's not really a bottleneck, because sometimes Odegaard, when he holds the ball too much, I feel like he can't see past whoever he's focused in his mind to send the ball to.
Absolutely.
And looking at this team and the fact that Jesus came back, I think it gave some kind of confidence to the attack, because since he's been back, things are moving. It's like fluid that you just put on pistons, and they've been moving that attack.
Yeah, I agree. It's like no one ever has really in the recent years had any criticism on the back line.
No.
The midfield's ability to move the ball or hold the ball when they need to be able to dictate the pace of play. It's always that final third, and you see it. You see the momentum sort of die right outside the opponent's box. And I don't know if that's necessarily the fact, like fear of quick counters, but your back four should be able to remedy that. Like you put that together for that reason. It's like they're scared to really be able to hold the ball outside the box and bear down. And, it's not always just a, spray the ball into the box and hope and pray that someone gets their head on the end of it. About 3 years ago, they were actually really good at sort of camping outside that box and creating a fluid string of chances. If one doesn't connect, they recycle the second ball and it comes right back in. It's not necessarily that you're holding up play, looking for threaded passes when there's 8 guys behind the ball, because you're not really going to find those either.
True.
But you need to be able to recycle that second ball so that you're not scared of letting these crosses in. You maintain that second ball and get it back out, and you try it again. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop all forward momentum of play.
Yeah. Well, my criticism of last time when they played, I forgot what team they played, but it was a lower tier team. It's against teams like Leeds, Fulham. This is where you show me you're a big team. You can't win 1-0 for the caliber of player you have. And if you're going to lose, you better lose. There's no point.
I was going to say, especially like you think that you would rather your team win 1-0 against a squad like that in a scrappy way than scoring one and taking their foot off the gas. I do not like seeing that.
Yes.
If it's a hard, if you just do not have good form that day, and because Leeds can do that against the bigger guys. You know, it's not the easiest ground to go to win. If they're in good form and you're playing them at home,
they'll do it.
That's not an easy game. So, but what you don't want to do is see a team that's supposed to be one of the top. Very top of the league in part of Europe to score 1-0 and then immediately take their foot off the gas as if they don't have the desire to go forward, because we've talked about this before as well. Later on in the season, later down the line in Champions League, you're not going to be able to have the luxury of taking your foot off the gas. So you need to know exactly what you can dig out from these players. These players need to know what they can dig out from themselves, and they need to know what it feels like turning a 1-0 into a 3-0 or a 4-0, because it can very easily become 1-1, and now all of a sudden
the
tactics have to change.
That's true.